Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are well and ready for the UCL Fantasy. So this is how I'm lining up with the final team. I've got Thibaut Courtois and Mayer as the goalkeepers. Thibaut Courtois will play, so I'll just put him inside the team lineup instead of Mayer. And then I've got Jukla on the bench. There's Christian Romero and a Napoli midfielder. He's a cheap option, so you can pick him in. So looking at the side here, I've gone with Lewandowski and Haaland up front. Obviously, both of them are top-notch players, and you can have both of them in your sides. So looking at the midfield, I've got Vinicius Junior here, who is actually inside to cover the Madrid attack. I've got Nkunku, who is in tremendous form and he's playing really well. Then I've got Bergwijn. Bergwijn has started his season really well. He's got 6 goals in 5 games. So there is Florentino in the side. He's just a cheap option to actually cover that Benfica midfield and actually get you some recovery points. Now looking at the defense, João Cancelo, who is expected to score the highest points this week, I've got Cancelo in because of his attacking ability. There's Marquinhos. They overall have a good group and they might keep some clean sheets in that. Otamendi, another budget option at 4.5 who makes a lot of recoveries. And there's Wesley Fofana to cover that Chelsea defense. So this is how I'm actually lining up. I will sort the team out with the today's fixtures, and I'll put it on Twitter to help you guys see that. So next up I've got is the cheat sheet. So basically I've uploaded it on Twitter and you guys can see it there. There are fixtures actually on it. There's FDR. Wait, let me just share it. So here is the cheat sheet. So basically this covers all the fixtures that are available in the group stage, and you can actually plan your teams from here. You look at Ajax, they've got one good fixtures against Rangers. They've got Napoli. It is a hard fixture, but you guys can actually punt on it. Then they play Rangers again and in the last game week of the group stage. So I'll talk about the first match day here. Liverpool has got Napoli. Considering Liverpool's form, Napoli is not an easy fixture, but I think Liverpool will actually win the game. So there is Napoli obviously against Liverpool, which is a tough fixture. So you can actually take out players from these sides that have easy fixtures. Like you can see Barcelona plays Pleasant here, which is a very weak side, and we haven't seen them in the Champions League so far. So and there are teams like Chelsea. You can actually put these players from these teams inside your actual lineup. So this is something to help you guys. Now there are attacking returns in it. You can actually check out the attack effectiveness from different teams. We've got AC Milan, which has the attack effectiveness of 4. So 4 actually suggests that they've got a strong attack, and 5 is the strongest. So the teams like Barcelona, teams like Bayern Munich, you've got some teams like PSG and Real Madrid who have good attacks, and the attackers from these teams are a must in your side. So next up I've got is defense. Similarly, I've rated the defense. So 1 is for the weakest and 5 is for the strongest again here. And you can see like the only team with the 5 here is Man City. So probably you can double up in their defense. Sevilla is actually not playing really well, and I actually think that Man City will edge them and they'll defeat them with a clean sheet. So you can actually double up on Man City defense and the goalkeeper if you want to. There are potential picks in this sheet. They will be updated each week, and I'll add players and remove according to their performances and expected points. So Lewandowski in the forwards tops the list actually because they have an easy fixture. There's De Bruyne in the midfielders, Cancelo in defense, and Ter Stegen in goal. So basically, if you have the strategy to actually play the limitless chip in match day 2, you can go for all these high potential picks in match day 1, limitless match day 2, and then wildcard match day 3. So this might be of help to you. There are also odds in which you can see the scoring probability of the players, and there are the clean sheet chances of different teams. So Barcelona is actually rated 80% to actually keep the clean sheet. There's Benfica, then there's Man City, Dortmund. So these are all based on the current forms. There's if you look at the attackers, there's Lewandowski, Erling Haaland, Karim Benzema, Christopher Nkunku. So these are all the players that are actually in most of the teams. We can also look for some of the probable lineups here if you want to check out the lineups of AC Milan, basically. So yeah, so this is how they're gonna probably they will line up. They've got 4-2-3-1 with these players. So if you are intending to go for, let's say, Giroud or someone from their midfield, so these might be the players that would feature. Next up is we've got PSG, who might feature like this, a 3-4-3. Kylian Mbappe is someone that most of the managers would like to go for. There's Neymar, there's Messi. So these are all the players you might want to punt on if you're going in. So yeah, we've got two people actually watching this. We've got Hamza, who is asking, do you think Haaland will be subbed out early? It actually depends upon the game. If they score a lot of goals, like 3 or 4, I think the game will be finished there, and he might take Haaland out. So Adhian Singh is here. Hello Adhian, how are you, man? Lucas Cox has asked, is Ferran Torres for a good 1 week punt? There are rumors that he might start, and let's check Barca's actual lineups to see if he will start or not. So let's search for Barcelona. So yeah, we've got Torres that actually he might actually start. So if you want to punt on him for a week, I think he might be a good option. So if you want to like limitless play the limitless in the second match day, or play a wild card in match day 3, I think Torres could be a good 1 week punt, because the team they are up against is actually defensively pretty weak. So yeah, you can punt on him. Between Bobby and Nunes, I think you might go for Nunes if you're keeping someone for long term. But there are so many other forward options if you want to punt on someone else at that cheap price. Aubameyang might be one of the punts. He's starting today, and probably he will be the only striker they'll continue things with. So yeah, if between Bobby and Nunes, I will choose Nunes. So Man City lineups. So these are the Man City lineups that actually Hard Tackle has got for us. They've got Ederson in goal, Ake, Diaz, Stones, and Cancelo starting. Alvarez is not on the side, but I personally think that he might feature for some minutes. So if they put the game to sleep like at halftime, considering Sevilla's form, so probably Alvarez might feature in for Haaland. But this is how they are intended to line up. But you never know with Pep. There might be possible that he starts Alvarez alongside Haaland in this game. So yeah, if you're looking to just play the limitless in match day 2, I think he might be a good punt if you want to go on with that. Mane and KDB. So looking at the fixtures, Mane might have some difficult fixtures, but Bayern are a ruthless attacking side, and Mane has been involved in goals for them. So personally, I think Mane over KDB. These are my views on that. KDB, if City scores some goals, there are chances that KDB might not be involved. But if you talk about Mane, so Bayern usually scores a lot of goals, 4 or 5 goals, when they go ruthless. So they have a tough fixture, but I personally think that Mane is the main man they have currently, and I would choose Mane over KDB. Let's just look at Bayern's. I'm using Sports Mole for the predicted lineups. So yeah, they've got Neuer in goal, Pavard, Delete, Upamecano, Mane, Sane, and Musiala starting. So Musiala at 7 million might be a good option if you want to punt on for 1 game week. Yeah, Musiala is actually in a good form. I saw it yesterday. If you want to punt on Musiala, if you look here, he's got like 4 goals in 3 games, and I think he has started in most of the matches he has played in. So yeah, he was just subbed in 1 game. He has started 3 games, and he has scored 3 goals and 1 assist so far. So yeah, he could be a great punt. Yeah, there are rumors of Koeman starting, and there were rumors about Sane being benched too. So yeah, Koeman, if he starts, is all obviously a better option than Musiala. So we've got Ashish saying hello, hello bro, how are you? I haven't checked out Celtic's side yet. Let's look at them. So yeah, these are the picks they actually would feature in this game. You've got Yota up front, Abada. So Real Madrid, although a very good team, but they are defensively leaky. So sometimes they leak goals in games they're actually winning. So yeah, if you want to punt on these picks, definitely go for them. But I personally think that there are better options than these Celtic forwards. Let's have some more look at Celtic's position and how many goals they have scored. On the squad. So yeah, they are in ruthless form. They've actually scored 25 goals and allowed only one. So yeah, they might be a good team to punt on, man. You can try that, Adhian. There are some more differentials if you want to go for. So if you look at the lineups here, I mean, so Gundogan is someone I was looking at. He might be a differential if you want to just slot in a good, cheaper midfielder from Man City. If you look at Chelsea, you've got Chilwell and James both starting here. So I personally think Chelsea would keep a clean sheet in this game. So James and Chilwell both, if you want to go for both of them, they might be a good option. Chelsea overall has a good, good group. So we might expect some clean sheet from them. Fofana is a very cheap option if you want to go for them. Mendy somewhat okay, but I wouldn't prefer him because there are other better options. So yeah. So basically, Chelsea's lineups are actually out. What am I looking at? Let's just search foot mob. What actually look at Chelsea's lineups here? So yeah, Chilwell and James, they've got both. Fofana is playing here. Espelaqueta, uh, not a long-term option if you're not using the limitless in match day 2. Kappa is starting here. Mason Mount might be a good one to punt on. This Aubameyang who might actually be someone to look out for in Chelsea in Premier League too if you're into FPL. So moving back to the cheat sheet, really. So if you look at the clean sheet chances from Chelsea, there are 65% chances they might actually keep a clean sheet in this match day. So if you want to punt on their wing backs, I personally think that Chelsea, these wing backs could be someone to provide you attacking returns and a clean sheet. If they do like leak a goal, the attacking returns probability would still be there. So yeah, these are some of the picks you might actually go for. So looking at the midfielders here, Apart from De Bruyne, if you don't want to go for, if I talk about Vinicius Junior, if you don't want to go for Benzema up front, you might go for Vinicius Junior, who is in more form than Karim Benzema. Actually, he might provide you the attacking cover from Real Madrid. There's Nkunku, there's Mane, obviously Salah, who is not in a very good form, but he's Salah and he might bang in any game week. There's Bergwijn, who has started his Ajax career pretty well. Sterling, who has been scoring goals for Man City and Chelsea throughout his career, and now he's actually scoring goals for Chelsea too. There's Mario, who is a differential punt. There's Ruiz, who is a differential punt, and there is Pedro. You might actually want to go for. Similarly, in defense, there's Araujo, who is actually expected to return 6.8. So yeah, Araujo might play that right back position. He has been playing at Barcelona, or probably the center back, but he's tall and he might actually score a goal. That is actually his quality. He's very tall and very good with headers. So there is Otamendi, who provides a lot of recoveries. Hakimi, Arnold, Reece James, Alaba, all can provide attacking returns. There's Nuno Mendes, who is actually very good going forward. Theo Hernandez and Perisic, we all know about from the FPL perspective. So if you look at the goalkeepers, Ter Stegen for this game week is actually the best goalkeeper. Personally, I think he will keep a clean sheet and probably get a couple of bonuses for the sort of saves he makes. So there is Courtois in the list. Courtois, a good keeper for the group stage. Ederson similarly. Mendy is there, but I personally don't prefer Mendy. Donnarumma might be a differential one here. There's Oblak, who is injured, so he won't count. There's Loris. Loris is actually a very underrated keeper here. If you look at Spurs group, they've got some great fixtures, and we all know they play low block, so there are chances that Loris might keep clean sheets in probably in most of the games he plays in the group stage. There's Neuer at 4.9, so Neuer might not be the best option like he was last season, just because you know Bayern are struggling defensively. So coming back to the forwards, we've got Lewandowski with 8.8 expected points. There's Haaland at 8.3. You've got Benzema at 8.1. Mbappe, who might score. Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi are the three explosive forwards for this season. Neymar is actually on the penalty, so yeah, he might be a good option. There's Gonzalo Ramos from Benfica, Rafael Leo from actually Milan, Muller, who is playing that second striker role under their new manager. There's Ferran Jutgla, who actually migrated from Barcelona to Club Brugge, and he has been playing really well there. So yeah, Muller, Leo, Jutgla, Ramos actually might be the differential options. Messi could actually be a differential option here if you want to go for him. So yeah, Ederson is actually a good pick. There might be a clean sheet involved in that. Ederson is actually a pretty good pick. Coming back to the probability clean sheets, we've got Man City keeping a clean sheet with a probability of 70%. So yeah, you might see a clean sheet from them. Coming back to the defense rating, if you look at Man City here, they've actually got the best defense in Europe. We've got Liverpool at 4-2, but they're somewhat struggling. You can actually go for defenders from PSG. They've got some nice fixtures, some tough ones, but I personally think that they've got a better defense in that group. Juventus is somewhat a good team, but they're still struggling to actually balance their side. So coming back to my side here, I've actually placed Courtois in here. Let me just put him in side. Oh, there's a substitution error. So yeah, it's fixed. So actually it didn't loaded my final team. This is my final team. I've got Courtois in goal. There's Gribic, who might start because Oblak is injured. The rest is similar. I've got Marquinhos now in goal. There's Romero, who's come in. If you look at Romero's fixtures, you could see Sporting. Frankfurt is somewhat a tough fixture for them. They might concede a goal here, but these two fixtures are, I'm expecting a clean sheet from them. Frankfurt are an okayish team. They are a good attacking side, but if Spurs play the low block they might actually pull out a clean sheet in one of the fixture in this side. So yeah, this is how I'm actually lining up. If you look at the dates, it's all set. This is my bench, and this is how my side is looking like for now. Haaland, takes the armband. I personally think that he might be explosive in this game week. So yeah, I'm waiting for any more questions, then I'm just gonna wind up in like 1 or 2 minutes. Thank you all for joining in. It really means a lot. This was my first uh, uh, best 4.5 million goalkeepers. So yeah, if we look at best 4.5 million goalkeepers, so yeah, first one you can get at 4 is Gribbage, who might feature in this game. There is, I mean, all of these are bench options and not the ones you might like actually rely upon. So yeah, there's Gribbage, and one of the Dortmund keeper. He is a good option. He actually plays all the games. We search for him as the Dortmund keeper. So yeah, this one. This is the keeper you might actually want to go for just for the bench option. He is a good option for the bench. And also I think there was one from Shakhtar you might want to look at. This probably he was the one that actually plays. Let me quickly search for the Shakhtar keeper. It was actually, placed at 4.5 million. So there are no lineups. Here we go. So yeah, Turbin, yep. So yeah, he was the one who is actually playing some of the games. So 4.5 million, he might be an option. But I would actually prefer Gribbage for 4 million or that Dortmund keeper. They are the best options if you want to go for 4.5 million keepers. I would highly suggest go for a 4 million keeper and save that extra point 0.5 to actually place him on the bench, and probably go for a 6 million keeper who might actually return you a clean sheet, and you wouldn't have to then switch back to a 4 or 4.5 million keeper. Chilwell or Eder Militao? That is a tough one, and Chilwell and Eder Militao. So yeah, I wouldn't probably. Chilwell might be an option. Chilwell would actually return you some attacking points. Eder Militao is someone who would actually give you only attacking returns. So yeah, if you want some of those attacking returns, probably go for Chilwell, who is now fit, somewhat fit, and he might actually provide you those attacking returns in some good games. Adam Militao is good with the headers, but if he loses his clean sheet, you might actually be just wait for those recovery points and not the attacking returns. With Chilwell, if you lose the clean sheet, the hope for the attacking returns is there because he goes forward, he's good with the crosses, and he provides you much more up ahead than Eder Militao. So the next question is, should I captain Neymar or Haaland? Yeah, Cohen is a good pick. Yeah, definitely from Salzburg if you want to keep someone on the bench. So the captaincy between Neymar or Haaland, probably because of the form, currently I'd choose Haaland because he is the main goal scorer for Man City. If you look at PSG, they've got three explosive guys in there. Someday it would be Messi, someday it would be Neymar, and someday it would be Mbappe. So Neymar actually edges because he is on the penalty duties. He takes free kicks. So some of the free kicks, and it is divided between him and Messi. So you know I would prefer Haaland over Neymar in this situation for the armband. But if you've got both and you want to punt on someone, because most of the managers I've seen are probably captaining Haaland because of his form in the Premier League. So yeah, if you want to punt on uh, Neymar captaincy, it would actually give you some of those attacking returns, delightful attacking returns and some differential stuff. So this is actually how I'm going to line up, and I'll probably lock in with this side here with Haaland on having the armband. One of the reason why I choose Haaland over Neymar in this fixture for the armband is because Haaland actually has a better fixture than, Juventus are obviously are not as good as they used to be, but they are still Juventus. If you look at Sevilla and the previous game they actually played against Barcelona, they were awful in that they actually left spaces in between for the during counters, and if you see Haaland in space, he'll just going to smash you very bad. And Haaland has a history of scoring against them. We saw when he was at Dortmund, he actually exploited their defense. Whereas Sevilla sometimes sits back. Sometimes they actually play the high line. They play in transitions, but with their good center backs gone, I personally think Haaland edges over Neymar in here. So with this, I would like to end the stream. Thank you all for joining in. I'm really, really thankful to all of you. This was my first stream, and I was kind of nervous. I'm still little bit nervous, but hopefully things went well. I thank you all for joining in. Hopefully, I'll see you soon with more and more live streams, and things and graphics would get better with time. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining in. If you're new here, please subscribe and leave a like below. Thank you all.